So what's going on, Melanin Fitness Nation? I am back with another Melanin athlete, and I'm super excited. So Ree is super unique, let me just tell you, but she is very, very interesting individual. And guess what? She's going to spill some tea about herself today. I'm super excited. Ree is an athlete at Be Driven Gym located in Beham. If you don't know what that is, it's Birmingham, Alabama. Amazing community. But before we get this party started, we start the party the same way. So I'm going to put you on the clock, Ree, and you are going to have 60 seconds to let us know any possible thing you want to about yourself. That can be your favorite color, your favorite food, your zodiac sign, what you do for a living, anything that you want to tell us. Okay?
Okay.
I'm not going to give you much time to think, so you got 10 seconds right now, okay?
Okay.
All right.
And
go.
All right. So my name is Ree, and I am a dog educator. I do virtual consultations. I live in a converted school bus. I have 7 personal dogs. I do board and educate. So right now I have currently 8 living with me in my school bus right now. I have been doing CrossFit for about a year. And I don't know if that's going to be one of the questions that you're going to ask me, but I'm going to spill it anyway. Yeah, so I like to travel. I am currently single. Anybody out there? I'm currently single. And I don't know what else to share. I also do photography. So I own 2 businesses. I own a dog education business as well as a photography business and videography. And I am plant-based, so I get a lot of criticism about that. I don't eat any meat, dairy, eggs, any animal products. And
that's it. You made
it.
You made it. That's amazing. You made it. You would be so shocked. Some people can't make it. So that was a great job, Ree. That was a great job. So let's get into it. Let's talk about your fitness journey because you told us so much stuff. So let's first talk about it. So tell us how you ended up in the CrossFit space. You're new to CrossFit. You've only been doing it for a year. So tell us about it. How did you find this place?
Yeah, so my coach, his name is Darnell, and he and I have been friends for a really long time. And it was literally on accident. I came to him wanting to work out, and it was only supposed to be 2 days a week that I was supposed to be doing. And I told him, I was like, yeah, because the first time that I tried it, I came on a Saturday. Now I had done individual training and things like that with him before, but he wasn't doing anything like this, right? So it was like, we were outside and we were at like, recreational gyms, things like that. So it wasn't anything of the style that he was doing now. So when he got his gym, I came to visit. I was living in Washington, D.C. So I came into town, came to visit, and I threw up. And I was like, oh, I'm never doing that shit again. Like, absolutely not. Like, you can't pay me to come back. So fast forward a couple of years later, I had a baby, ended up losing a baby, wanted to get back, get my body back in shape, and reach out to Darnell. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it 2 days a week. That lasted for maybe a month before I was like not only going to a 5 a.m. class, but going 6 days a week, just got addicted and kept progressing with, wanting to learn more, perfect form, things like that. So.
Nice. Thank goodness for your coach to influence you to get in on the CrossFit culture.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's amazing.
That's great. So tell us a little bit about how long you have been plant-based, what made you go plant-based, and will you ever go back to meat if you have ate meat before?
So I grew up eating meat. I grew up in the South, and it's a huge meat community, not just meat, but fried. So I've only been plant-based because I'm transitioning from being vegan to plant-based. There is a difference. And so when I first transitioned, I transitioned just to try it. I was listening to this guy who talked about in his YouTube videos a 7-day vegan challenge. And I said, what the hell is a vegan? Like, what does that even mean? Googled it. It said someone who didn't eat meat or anything that comes from an animal, and I laughed. I'm talking about I died laughing. I was like, there's no way. Me not eat hot wings? Absolutely not. Not cheese? No. So tried it out for 7 days because I kept hearing it. I enjoyed his video, his content that he was posting. He did a video talking about the benefits of a of a vegan diet. And so I just tried it 7 days, and I had all the intentions of going back to eating meat after the 7 days. I tried it for 7 days and I didn't go back. So, like I said, I've been vegan for 6 years, and so I don't have any intentions on going back. Of course, life happens, things happen, of course, but I don't have any intentions. I love the lifestyle, the vegan lifestyle, and so I love even more the plant-based eating. And like I said, there's a difference between being vegan because you can eat a lot of processed foods, being vegan, and I'm choosing not to eat the processed foods. So yeah, that too happened on accident.
Okay. So tell us how it happened on accident. Give us the tea. Let us know what happened. What clicked for you?
Yeah, so he was talking about the benefits in regards to the planet, in regards to just overall health and well-being, energy, as well as I'm a firm believer that energy can only be transferred and not destroyed. And so learning that, okay, all the, especially with factory farming, how meat is treated, how animals are treated prior to being, butchered and things like that, and that fear and anxiety. And I suffered really bad from depression and anxiety. And once I transitioned, I did notice a difference in how I was feeling overall in regards to my mental health. And so that was a huge influence of why I continued with it. And then, like I said, the overall, my body started to feel different. My mental clarity was just so much different in regards to the things that was being presented to me, the types of people that I was, being introduced to. I got, introduced to what we call high vibrational people versus lower vibrational people. And not saying that you can't be high vibrational, eating a meat diet, but I got more so introduced to that when I started doing a vegan diet, a plant-based diet.
Nice. I love it. So,
I hope I answered your question.
yes, you did. So, I used to live in Birmingham and I know about all the good
Oh
restaurants,
wow.
right? El Barrios was like one of my favorites. So is it hard being plant-based in Birmingham?
It is very challenging. It is very, very challenging being plant-based in Birmingham. And though it's not as challenging as it was, 6 years ago, it's still challenging because even though people are offering more vegan options and plant-based options, they don't understand like the cross-contamination aspect of things. And so that matters. So even though there are options, it's still not as vegan as it could be, right? So because those types of things do matter to me when you are, putting meat with my veggies. And so which is confusing to me. Even as a meat eater, it was confusing to me that, the cross contamination was a thing. But it is very challenging because it's not like I can, get up and go to Taco Bell at 3 in the morning, versus living in DC or Atlanta or somewhere like that, a bigger city. There are way more options throughout the day, throughout the night, all of that. So I have to cook a lot of my meals. I have to cook a lot of my meals.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So tell us what 3 pieces of advice you would give to someone that is starting their fitness journey.
Um, get a coach. First piece of advice: get a coach. Second, be okay with where you are. So be an understanding of where you are and stay consistent, and whatever consistency means to you, because consistency doesn't have to be every day. Consistency could be 3 times a week. And if I can give a fourth, if that's allowed,
Mhm.
explore your diet, because you can't outwork a bad diet. That's something that my coaches say all the time. So definitely explore your diet in regards to what you're eating, regardless to what type of diet you try to have. Just, clean up your diet.
Okay, perfect. So you joined us for the Atlanta Masters Classic. Thank you so
I
much.
did.
You got on the podium as well too, so congratulations.
Thank
So
you.
tell us your experience about what made you open to participate in the Atlanta Masters Classic and what type of training you had to put in order to join us.
Whew. So Okay, so get me back if I don't answer both parts of
Okay.
your question. Okay. So in regards to wanting to join you, funny, prior to that, like maybe a couple months competing, whew, so far off of my mind, so far off of my radar.
Okay.
We had a gym member who committed suicide, and he had always been trying to get me to compete since the day he met me. He was like, "You got to do a competition." I was like, "No, no, 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 no!" Like I'm just now like learning how to love this, right? And I did love it. Now, but first day he met me, he was trying to get me to do a competition, and Shorty, I don't know if you do know Shorty. Shorty, which is a gym member of mine, he came to me with with the Atlantic Masters competition, and I was like, you know what? Okay, let's do it. And first competition, because I had always been advised to never do a competition as an individual for my first competition. Always do it as a group and as a team. And so I just went for it. And as far as the training aspect of it, again, my coach is really amazing. And so he does a really good job of preparation. So I did a lot of personal training with him, as well as once I told him that I was doing a competition, he took the time to program into just regular classes, because I do classes with him. So just in our regular classes, incorporating different things that were going to help me with the competition, as well as, like I said, doing personal training with him too.
Nice. Nice. So did you enjoy yourself? What would you do different?
I did enjoy myself. It was fantastic. First competition, of course, nervous, right? But as far as anything different, I think that I would I don't know. I mean, because I feel like besides me, I had one hiccup. I really don't like to talk about it because it really bothers me. I missed my lift. And I would maybe better prepare for that in whatever that looks like, but I would probably better prepare for a heavier lift. But other than that, I felt really prepared. I felt confident. I knew I was going to place. I didn't know what I was going to place, but I went in with the mindset that I was going to get on the podium. And so, yeah.
All right, the champ is
that's
here.
really it.
I like it. I like it. So let's see. Tell us two mottos that you live by.
Well, one of them comes from my coach. Never quit on the last two.
Okay.
And another motto that I live by doesn't really have anything to do with fitness, but overall, um, I guess you can apply it to everything, but things could always be worse than what they seem. So of course, conflict happens in every scenario, every situation, whether it be fitness, whether it be, work, day-to-day life, whatever. And so when conflict arises, I try to be mindful of, it could literally be worse. And so hold on to that truth, and it gets me through.
Nice. I like it. So give us a little tea about you, what you do. Tell us about your business. Plug yourself.
Yeah, so the name of my business is Redemption Dog Education. I work primarily with aggressive and reactive dogs, and I help people keep their dogs. That was why I named my business. A lot of times when people come to me, I am their last hope, but I'm a lot different. I'm not a dog trainer. I used to be a dog trainer, and I transitioned to be a dog educator because I more so train the people and I educate the dogs. And so I come at things from a different approach. That's why I say that about myself. I'm not teaching your dog to just sit, spin, and shake hands and things like that. I come at it from a spiritual connection too, because I always say that dogs are more connected to source than we could ever be. And so I hold on to that and utilize that in my business, knowing that dogs are individuals and being able to help their people with their dogs as an individual. As far as my photography business goes, that started off as a hobby. And like, I just like to take pictures, and then people started to ask me to take pictures for them. And then it just kind of blew up from there in regards to, now I do weddings, I do fitness photos for people, I do all types of photography. So
Nice. And then give us the tea on this bus living. You got to give us the tea on the bus living. You're not gonna get away from it today.
yeah, so I'm currently on my bus right now. I live in a 30-foot school bus with 27 feet of living space. Um, and with that, it was just I was going through a breakup and wanted to have an option in regards to moving. Well, I knew I didn't want to get an apartment. That wasn't an option for me with 7 dogs. Like, I've done that, like hiding dogs and, telling the landlord that I didn't have any dogs and things like that. That just wasn't an option for me. And I knew that I didn't want to settle in one place. So I didn't know what that looked like. I just, I stayed open and allowed RV life to pop up. And I was like, oh, I'll live in an RV. Like, that sounds perfect. Well, I was looking for RVs. Not only were they extremely expensive, but I didn't love any of the floor plans. Watching YouTube videos over and over again, and then schoolie life popped up, and I was like, what? A school bus? Like, okay. Exploring it more, it just made so much sense. I found a school bus for $3,000, was able to, take the seats out myself. I did most of the bill myself. My father helped me, of course. But yeah, it just made sense. I traveled for an entire year, and now I go back and forth, traveling to different places just when I get inspired to go somewhere. And yeah, I have everything that you would have in a regular house, kitchen, toilet. Yeah, so all the things.
Nice.
Bed,
That is
TV.
so cool. I love it. That's so cool. So this part of our chat is called turning tables, right?
Okay.
So you will get to ask me any questions that you would like me to answer for you.
Well, I'm curious to know what all you do, because I saw your link tree, I think it is, and I think you do like 5 million things. So who are you?
Okay, that's a good question. Nobody's asked me that one yet, but I do get that all the time. So I am a business coach and a virtual assistant. I do anything behind the scenes when it comes to your business. So I help people transition from their 9 to 5. Anything behind the back office, so accounts payable, accounts receivable, content creation, social media management. And then sometimes my job goes into like personal assistant and stuff like that. But anything dealing with your business, portfolios, all that other stuff, business plans, that's what I do for my first business. Melanin Fitness Nation. We partner clients with coaches, coaches with clients, clients with gyms, and coaches with gyms. I host CrossFit competitions, of course. We also provide resources to business owners like gym owners, personal trainers, anybody in the health and wellness space. Right now, I'm working on getting connected with the county and different chamber of commerce, because we will be providing resources for them to get health and fitness activities going. So therefore we can start looking and seeing how we can educate people on your health and wellness journey, of course. So
that's awesome.
My ultimate goal is to hire people of color, whether that's from the Melanin Fitness Nation group or the Melanin CrossFitters group, to be able to be a light of hope for them, to be able to have jobs where they're paying, but also have access to other people, so where they can get other clients as well too. So in a nutshell, that's like the short version of what I do.
That's awesome. Well, I definitely, my coach is well aware that I want to go, like, again, I go from not wanting to compete to now I want to go to the games. Like,
Nice.
I really want to go to the games. So we'll add you to the team of making sure
Yes.
that I get there.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. I love it. What other questions do you have for me?
Do you have a dog?
I have 2 dogs. I have a senior
Yay.
dog. He is 15 and he is a Havanese. His name is Milo. And then I have an American Staffordshire Terrier, which is not a pit bull. Oh my gosh, I get so offended when people call my dog a pit bull. It's not a pit bull. And she is like 1.5. and full of
Oh, so still I was
every
gonna say bouncy butt. She's a
full of
bouncy
every
butt.
bit of energy under the sun. So she's the sweetest, and her name is Cree.
Oh, that's awesome. I can't think of any other questions, like interview wise questions to ask you. Um, did mm, so you're also a CrossFit coach, yes?
So I'm a CrossFit coach and I'm a weightlifting coach.
Fine. How long have you been doing that?
I have been, how long have I been coaching? Or how long have I been doing CrossFit?
Well, tell me about your CrossFit journey, I guess.
I started probably about 10 years ago in CrossFit.
Okay.
I was morbidly obese and on the brink of like being hospitalized because my blood pressure was at stroke level and I needed something
Mhm,
to take the stress away because I was working in corporate America as a property manager in multifamily housing.
mhm,
Which people are like, how can you be stressed in that job? But my job was a little bit different. Property owners sought me out to bring change to their property. So I had to reposition. So all the properties I typically went on, they had financial issues or they were struggling for occupancy and the owner was getting ready to offload the property. So they wanted to prepare the property to be sold. So I would have to go in and shape everything up. Typically I had between 2 to 3 years to get it straight. And then it had to be put on the market. So any type of renovations and stuff like that. And I was just I was stressed, excuse me, to the max. And I needed to find an outlet. So I randomly looked on Groupon and saw something. And I told my spouse, like, we need to try this. And we went and tried it. And we've been attached ever since. It was a little hard at first, of course, with corporate America trying to get to class, but nonetheless, we stuck around. I started seeing small changes, and then I fully committed myself, especially after I got kicked out of corporate America. And ever since then, I never looked back. I just kind of keep looking forward.
did you really get kicked out though?
I got kicked out of corporate America. I did get fired from corporate America because I was on a property that was absolutely horrific. I had never seen anything like this, and I've seen a lot of things. I mean, I've even found people in apartments like deceased, but this was a rather unique situation. This apartment community happened to be rat infested.
Mm,
And there was a point in time where I could not compromise my integrity to suffice them. So since I won't compromise my integrity, they told me have a good day. And I said, peace,
yeah.
30 days before
That's
I
what I
left.
mean. That's what I mean. Like, did you really get kicked out, or was it like a way of like, okay, now it's time for what's next, or the next part of your journey, or whatever. I only ask that because sometimes we look at things, and not saying that you're looking at that way now, right? But we look at things in a negative light when they really are so positive for us because of what's on the other side of it. That's the only reason why I asked. I hope that wasn't offensive that I asked
No, I always have I feel
that.
like I had to be kicked out because I'm very passionate about my work. And if I'm in or I accept a job or I plan on doing something, I'm 10 toes down, fully vested. Let's hit the road and let's make it
Yeah.
happen. So I was very happy. In retrospect, my partner probably wasn't, but I was. So yeah.
I get it. I get it.
Okay, Ree,
So,
what else you got? Tell me what else you want to know. Or what would you like?
um, well, going back to your CrossFit journey, um, so how did you venture into wanting to coach?
Um, so I'm a stickler for moves, and probably one of the greatest gifts I've ever had is a coach named Aaron Harris. He was absolutely amazing to me. And he helped me when I first started my CrossFit journey. And then I've had more people kind of like come and play with that. So my old CrossFit coach Woody and Alex and Scott were huge for me. And I just felt like it was something that I enjoyed and I really wanted to see people get healthy. And I had already done the movements, I knew them. So I've probably been officially coaching for probably 4 years and certified for almost 3. So I just felt like it was necessary, like it was a necessary part of my journey to be certified. I went to school for exercise science pre-physical therapy. So CrossFit was like huge. It was like a piece of the puzzle that I really missed while
Mhm.
working in corporate America. So that's the reason why I became a coach. And I literally like just take my private clients at my house or my property, and then I volunteer coach once a week because I just love coaching that much and just helping people move the needle a little bit forward.
Do you compete?
So I do compete, but I don't compete individually. Uh, I am older now. I've never competed individually though, but I think that's probably more or less because I work by myself every day. So I really enjoy the camaraderie of being on a team and being, a part of something that's working together. So I
Understood.
typically do team competitions. Like I love team competitions. I'm all down for like getting in there with my team and let's just grind it out and make it happen. So I'm more of a team competition. I've done 2 competitions. One was an competition that we had, and we placed second. The other one, we went up to North Georgia, only all Black team, and we placed first.
Oh my gosh, that gave me chills. That's so
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, and
That
I
is
did
so
another
awesome.
one recently too. I did another one. Was it last year? Last year, right before my surgery, I did another one as well. I forgot I did that one too. So yeah, I've enjoyed it.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm ready for my next one. It's in August, so I'm
Okay.
super pumped. Super
Keep us
pumped about
posted.
that.
Keep us posted. So,
Yeah,
all right, Ree. So I think oh, I do have one other question. How long
sure.
have you been locked?
Oh, I guess I didn't mention that in the
Yeah.
in the things about me.
Hmm.
So I have been locked for 5 years.
Nice.
I've been locked for 5 years. It's been a journey. I said that I was only going to grow my hair for 5 years and I was going to shave my head, and it came so fast. I was like, yeah, I'm not ready to let them go yet. So, but the shaved head is coming, guys. The shaved head is coming.
Okay, perfect. So let people know how they can support your businesses. Do you have a website they can check out, or how do they need to contact you?
Yeah, so both of my businesses, they can follow me on Instagram, Redemption Dog Education. All of my handles are at Redemption Dog Education. That's TikTok, that's Instagram, that's Facebook. And my business is redemptiondogeducation.com. My photography business is retailerstudios.com, as well as Retailer Studios on Instagram.
Perfect. Thank you so very much for sharing your fitness journey and sharing a little tea about yourself. We appreciate your high vibrational ass coming on here and talking to me today.
Well, thank you for holding space. I appreciate it so, so much.
You're welcome. Thanks, Ree.
All right.